First of all, thank you for giving us the opportunity to whatever we learn, we can at least share via this user group. And good evening, everyone. For us, it is 9:30, so it's evening. And so basically today we are going to talk about powerful feature of Sitecore XM Cloud, which is Sitecore XM Cloud Form. So in this session, we'll focus on how Sitecore evolving in Sitecore cloud native world of Sitecore, and it like how it offers marketer and developer a modern, flexible way to capture user input and manage workflow and connect with the external system. So I'll one second, one second. I don't know. Not going to next slide. Let me know once the next slide came.
Yeah, it is there.
Yeah, okay. We'll introduce, let me introduce myself, then we'll introduce about Namita. Uh, I am Basundhra Kumari, a senior Sitecore developer at Merkle, and I'm having 9 years of experience in Sitecore implementation, and I'm based out Bangalore. I'm also active on Sitecore community through my blog, LinkedIn, and Sitecore Stack Exchange. And my co-representative is Namita Roy, who is having over a decade of experience in Sitecore, and she is based out in Noida. And she equally passionate about sharing a Sitecore knowledge via blog and forum. We both work closely on Sitecore XM Cloud project, and we are excited to share our learning with you. Let's coming to the agenda. So here what we will cover today. First, we will introduce a Sitecore XM Cloud Form, what it is and why it matters. Then we will explore a Sitecore XM Cloud Form, what they are, their feature, their architecture, and how to use them. We will go through a form creation process and understand the activation rule, and then we'll look into the best practice. We also have a demo session, and then we can have a QA and coming to the next slide. So introduction of Sitecore XM Cloud Form. As I mentioned earlier also, Sitecore XM Cloud is a Sitecore SaaS based CMS platform. So it is a cloud native. It means Sitecore will take care all of the infrastructure, scalability, and the performance part. And it also uses a headless first approach, and it will be basically a decouple architecture, so which allow developer to use a framework like React and Next for front end development. Sitecore XM Cloud is basically for built-in composability. So we can integrate, it will integrate naturally with other tools like Vercel, Sitecore Personalization, and CDP. So basically, the idea is you can focus on building the experiences, and you not maintaining the server upgrade and all. What are Sitecore XM Cloud form? Mm, So basically, a Sitecore XM Cloud Form is a built-in form builder that comes with a Sitecore XM Cloud Form. So it enable content author and marketer to create a dynamic and responsive form directly in XM Cloud interface without needing a developer. As I mentioned, Sitecore XM Cloud Form is basically it is having a drag and drop feature, so we don't need a developer over there. If you have a proper training of creating a form, even though you are not a non-technical person, you can create a form in very it will be a very easy process. So it's modern, intuitive, and designed for rapid creation and deployment a form on headless front end. So basically, it eliminates the need of separate form solution or custom implementation in most of the cases. Like not all, but in most of the cases, we don't need a code and all over there. We can create a form and we can deploy and put it in we can post the form data on external system. Feature of Sitecore XM Cloud Form. Here we have some powerful features. A real time what you see is what you get editor. So it will allow you to drag and drop form elements visually. You can reuse a template and field and saving the time and enforce the consistency, and it also support a multi step form for advanced scenario, so you can add multiple steps within a single form using a drag and drop editor in XM Cloud, and each step can have on own set of fields, validation and navigation control. So basically, let's take an example. You are creating a form, and in that form you have a multiple section like contact and address block and all. So you can create a contact form and you can reuse at multiple places. So that's how you can break a larger form into smaller um, pieces. And built-in validation and API integration is basically it will let you connect it. It will let your form connect to CRM analytics and backends. So we like this is also a last point is very important. We do need require a Sitecore JSS version, which is 21.6 or upper one on your front end support form rendering. Sitecore XM Cloud Form architecture. Let's have a look at the high level architecture. So basically, Sitecore Form Builder UI is what editors see, a visual tool of XM Cloud. The front end uses React or Next.js to render a form dynamically from JSON-based schema. When the user submit a form, it goes through a API gateway and which route it securely. And then finally, the submission can be sent to the external system like CRM, or it took a webhook that makes form very um, so basically the whole process is how it's look like. You can drag and drop and you can make a form, and then like you can submit a form via API gateway, and over there itself we have a webhook. Over there you can mention your external system URL, and from that it will save the data and it will go to the external system. So it will make your form flexible and suitable for composable architecture. Customization and extendability. So, Sitecore XM Cloud Form support customization. As I mentioned earlier, also in most of the cases we do not need a code and customization, but in some scenario, if suppose if needed, we can do a customization. So, how we can do is like you can create a custom field component using a React and then hook into a form lifecycle event to add a business logic, and use webhook and API to send the data anywhere. So this way a form can be basically no code for a marketer, and we can fully extendable for dev team. This is a screenshot of a farm dashboard. So Namita will show this in the demo, but I will give you the overview. We have this is a Sitecore SM Cloud Form dashboard. Over here you can see when we select a form, we can see over here we have a layout, items and options. In the items we have a fields which is a button, email and phone. All these things is a predefined and built in. You can drag and drop and you can make this field usable. Form workflow. It is a very straightforward process. So you can start create a new form in XM Cloud UI, and then you can design your layout with the section and fields, and configure styling and field validation over there, and then you can add a webhook if you need to send data externally. And you also can set up a success and error message over there. Suppose your form is submitted successfully, you can set a message, form has submitted successfully. Or suppose it has, suppose external system is not accepting the data, in that case you can set the error message over there, so data is not or form is not submitted, like that error message. And then once your this process is done, you can then activate your form and you can make it live. So this all can be done visually without any code. Form activation, this is also very important point. So once your basically once your form is activated, you cannot delete it. So however, you still can like edit the form layout and content. You can update the webhook message also. And suppose if you don't need that form, you activated the form and you don't need now. And so what you can do is you can archive it. As I mentioned, it cannot be deleted, so you can archive that form. It will not be visible. It will be in archive mode. So uh, um, so edit and all is possible, but deletion is not possible once it is activated. Coming to the next slide, which is best practices. So now, a few best practices that we can recommend when you are using XM Cloud Form. So avoid a custom build form unless it is necessary. So as I mentioned, in most of the cases, we uh, we don't need to do customization. You avoid the customization over there. But suppose if it is needed, then we can do that, but it is not recommended to customize form or built-in tool. And you can break a large form into smaller a modular component. As I mentioned earlier also, you can break down the complex form into modular and like contact and address block and feedback. Suppose all these will be reusable at multiple places, so you can break all this section and you can reuse at multiple form. And also you always apply a client and server side validation. And you can protect against spam with reCAPTCHA enable. And most important is ensure the form accessible to all the user. This practice basically it will improve the usability and security of the form. Now Namita will give the demo how we can create the form, activate the form, and how it will save into the external system using a webhook. Namita, over to you.
Thank you. Um, Let me know once my screen is visible.
Yes, it is.
So here I am on Sitecore portal, and from here we will switch to our environment. And from there, so we have an option of form. Click on that. This will take us to the form dashboard where you have all the form that you have worked on, active, draft, archive form, and very nice dashboard where you can where it has already added some filters. You can filter it on based of status, and you can even perform couple of activities directly from here. You can update the settings from here, move it to another environment. In case you have already a basic form, you can even duplicate that form and you can start your form update or new form update on top of it. You can even perform couple of bulk operation where you can select multiple form, move it directly to the archive, add label to it, copy to another environment and all. Now quickly I'll try to create a new form. Here is the canvas for form creation, where first thing is layout. Now here also to ease out further, we even have a couple of pre-built template as well. You can just select it, update its setting where you just have to update the webhook, which will be for the data process, form submission, update some action activity, and you are good to go. But if you have some predefined fields in your mind for the design and that is not present in the template, as per you, you can even create your own, where you first have to select a layout. I'm creating a full width one. Now moving to the second tab, it's item where you have a list of field which you have to just drag and drop and which will help you to make your form. Um, text field for adding a name, a phone number, a email field, to describe my query, I would add a multi-text field as well. And in case user has to update the error screenshots, I have added a file upload field. To add the form title, if you will scroll down, there is a basic setting, basic tab where text will help you add a title to your form. For the marketing purpose, we even have a social media. Fields that I have added. Now, select on each of these fields. On the right hand side, you have a list of settings that you can apply to your field. We have background colors, basic setting of the field itself, where I can change the label, placeholder text, help text also we have. In case we want to remove this help text, we will scroll down further. There is another tab for help text and you can even hide it from here. Moving ahead, we have some pre-built client-side validation already present. We just have to enable it. For example, for required validation, we just have to tick this checkbox, and now this field required validation is added. In case we have to add a regex pattern where you want to avoid adding any special character, you can add your regex here. You can add that character limit validation from here itself. Here for the styling purpose also field specific, label specific and placeholder specific stylings are present. Um, Moving ahead for the autocomplete field, here autocomplete field works based on your browser history. So for this, you will have to select the mapping for your history data here. Like I want to get this field from the full name, based on the full name, shipping or billing address, whatever you want to select. And suppose that it will work based on that. And once you have these settings added, for example, this name is kind of it will be used frequently in your form creation. So for that, you can even save this item. So once you have saved this, if you will scroll down in the item section itself, here at the bottom, you will see the all your list saved item. You can drag and drop from here itself. I am deleting it, and I have a already saved field. I can just drag and drop from here, and it will be available to you. Uh, Moving ahead for the second field, feels like for phone number, you don't have to now, write separate JS code for country specific phone number validation. It's also pre-built here. Um, uh, for email as well, the email pattern validation is already inbuilt, and feels like upload feels. Here we can select how many files we want the user to be uploaded, which is by default one. We can increase it. We can even reduce the size of the file we want the user to upload. We can restrict the user to for the file upload type. For example, as it is customer support, I can limit it to only submitting the error images. Now, once for our social media share, we just have to update our site social media links, and we are good to go. We can even make multiple page form from here. Just you have to click on add page and add fields on new page. Um, have a add summary page. For the summary page, it will select all the fields from your above form, but here you can update the title of your summary form. And once your design is ready, you can save the form. One thing that Basundhra even mentioned in the best practices is for the security purpose, we should add the capture field. Also, Sitecore XM Cloud provide us with the accessibility fear current, which you can see the icon on the top right corner. Currently, we don't have any accessibility issue, but in case the author miss something while creating, for example, if the author has missed to add the label, now the user won't be able to locate the field properly, and here it is showing you directly I mean, it will show you the warning message. From here you can just target the field directly. You will just have to click it and it will target what is missing. And adding the label back. And once the design, your form design is ready, you can save and exit. For XM Cloud Form, uh, it's different from Sitecore XP form compared to, like, in Sitecore XP form, we have the form get submitted into Sitecore SQL database and Sitecore XDB as well. But for Sitecore XM Cloud form, the data has to, whatever form submission goes, it goes by in a form of JSON through webhooks only, where you can mention the external URL to which you want to send the your JSON data. I'm using for the demo purpose a webhook, uh, the webhook site. I have copied my local URL from here and I have updated it in the form. Here also you have multiple option to to add authentication, where you can protect it with password, ID and password. If it is an external API, the API data also you can mention here, header and APIs keys that are needed. For demo purpose, I am not authenticating. I am just adding passing it to the webhook site. Now, once your webhook is ready that you want to use, you can move back to your form. This is the form. This was the form that we were working. Its draft state. As it is in draft state, you will get an option to delete. But once you will activate it, this delete option will get disabled for you. Now we'll move back to the settings. Here you will have, I'm selecting the one with webhook URL. You can configure for if you want it for all the site or you want to limit it to any specific site. Moving forward, we have option to how you want after submit, how you want to go ahead with the actions. You can just display a message, or you can redirect to a success page, to a home page. You can configure it through a URL here. I am keeping it to the message part only, where you can update the success and failure message, and at the bottom of the form, it will get added. Now, from here, you will get an option to save and activate your form. It will show you the warning message as well as you are going to activate it. And as our form is activated, we are ready to use it on a page. I'll move to the page builder. I already have an inquiry page ready. Now, whatever forms are active in the component builder under the forms section, uh, all the active form will be displayed. Directly searching for the form. Yeah, our customer form is also present for in under the form. Now you just have to drag and drop it here. To preview it and test it, I am moving to the preview. Here, I have added required validation at couple of places, and when I'm clicking it directly, it is showing me to add that. I'll fill the form. Here, if in case I'm not following the country phone number pattern, also it will throw me an error that the format is not followed. Same goes for the email field. Email validation is already there, and we haven't written any code for this for client-side validation.
Excuse me, Namita. Just a quick time check. You have 10 more minutes.
Yeah, sure. We are almost done. I'm just testing the form submission. I selected the reCAPTCHA. I moved it to review, and I'm on the summary page. In case the user want to edit anything, or we can click on edit button and you can move to the page before and update your data. I'll click on submit. My form has been submitted successfully, and if I'll check the webhook, I do have a new post data, and your data will get submitted to the webhook URL in the form JSON format that is visible here like this. And in the demo, as you would have seen compared to XM Cloud, Sitecore XT form, it's a analytics is not there in this. But when we talk about Sitecore XM Cloud, the philosophy has is just get shifted to composability and flexibility, where XM Cloud form provides us with a very fast way to create a form. As you would have seen here, just a drag and drop, no code, and your form is ready. So whenever your requirement is to create a simple form, a very quick form you want to create, collect the data and pass it on to API URL or CRM URL, this is a good option, XM Cloud Form. And here I am done with the demo.
Okay, is it going back to Basundhra to finalize? Otherwise, would
No,
you have a question?
We can have
yeah,
a QA, and if somebody has a question, we will answer here
Uh,
and then.
Let me see if Martin is. He is there. He's here. I'm making him presenter. Hopefully, he can ask himself. Otherwise, I will do myself. Martin, you can unmute yourself if you want right now.
Yes, yes.
There you
Thank you,
go.
Rodrigo.
Claps for
So
Martin Miles.
my
Welcome, my
question
friend.
is, yes, thank you, Rodrigo. I got a question actually, and I type it in the chat. So everyone says that you can basically send your XM Cloud Forms wherever you can send, whichever system accepts webhook. But I'm actually looking for a specific real-world case of actual enterprise implementation. Like everything that happens beyond the submission. So do you know any like real life scenarios how it was used by real enterprises, real companies, real clients? Because like all these presentations, they end up by submission, and no one actually tells what happens after that.
You mean to
Uh,
say after form? Okay, Namita, go ahead.
Sorry.
So yeah, the
Martin,
question
me
is
and
like you
Basu.
submit webhook, and where does this webhook goes? Like what are the systems for collection? Everyone says like can be custom CRM, but any example of real life CRM, any example of real life implementation, or like something that basically the proven recipe for this implementation.
Yeah, so Martin, me and Basundhra have been working on a motorbike project, and there, I mean, we have a couple of product release, and they just for the booking purpose, product booking purpose, the need is very, I mean, the timeline is very less for the developer to create the form, to get the ready for the campaign, and mainly the purpose of those forms are to collect the data, phone numbers of the users who are interested in the product, to get a head count for the initial release of the product from based on campaign. In such cases, we have used this form. A basic form of the interest, from which city you are, from which location you will be visiting on the launch date. This gives a target audience for the location, and we were using a API URL where we were dumping it to an external. We were passing it to the SQL database only, where we were trying to get the head count of the branches, product branches. And we were able to successfully do that, where on the launch date, the head count were also more than 10,000. And based on the fields that we decided, it went well with the customer. But it was, yeah, no, basic form, just to collect the user information and provide it to the product branches.
Any other question? Follow up, Martin?
Thank you.
Welcome. All right. I don't see any other questions in the chat. So Namita and Basundhra, thank you so much for coming. You're always invited to future editions of the user group. And today we got 20, a top number of 20 participants, which is a very good number. So thank you very much, and everyone, looking forward for the next.
Next is now from the spark to the wow. Next is now from the spark to
Bye-bye.
the wow.